welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm gonna give you guys the full rundown of everything I do to make $10,000 in sales with my small business every single month. Alright guys, let's get started. I don't feel glad that I can have this, baby. Nobody else you. Nobody else makes me. Nobody else had a clue what I could do, what I could do. So this is going to be a vlog type video. I find it's easier just to show you guys everything versus sit here and talk and kind of have stuff pop up on the screen. Keep in mind that I am a small business, so $10,000 is usually like my average. Sometimes I do make a little bit less, and sometimes I do make a little bit more. I'm just going to show you guys everything that I do. That way, if you are starting your own small business, you can grab little things here and there that you like and apply them yourself. Disclaimer, a small business is a lot of work, so you want to make sure that you're doing a lot of research before you start to prevent yourself from losing out on money. Before we get started, as always, make sure you give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and click that notification bell so you're notified every single time I upload. I typically upload about 2 to 3 times a week. Hopefully by the time I posted this video, I will be at 30K subscribers, which means we're doing another giveaway for my small business. So make sure you go ahead and check out that link in the description and check out some of my products and see what you like. And of course, follow me on my social medias because who doesn't love daily content? Alright guys, right now we're headed to the kitchen because today is product making day. Alright, so this right here was supposed to be my cabinet, but it's actually my inventory closet. So as you can see, it is filled with a bunch of different products. We have some packaging mailers up here, and then starting down here we have our ingredients, so many different oils and herbs and things like that. I have my huge mixer down here for when I made the original hair butter, but that is going to be not in stock until the fall. And yeah, we just have a bunch of stuff. So I also do have some more like oils and stuff in the bottom cabinet, but they're like these really big containers I'm going to show you in a second. And I do have another closet where I keep my actual products that I make that I'll show you guys in a second. But right now, I'm just going to go ahead and get out all the ingredients that I need in order to make products. So when it comes to making products, you want to stay extremely organized. You want to make sure that different products are always remain separate so nothing's cross-contaminated. Everything is sanitized. You want to make sure you are keeping track of what's running low and ordering more, or if you have too much, chilling out. So for example, when I order inventory, I rarely order cocoa butter because my creamy cocoa hair butter is my least popular product on my website. So I know that I usually have more than enough ingredients to make that all the time. Alright, so really quick, I forgot to show you guys my other inventory closet. So yep, we are working on the organization, but basically I just usually keep like all of my products. So we have some hair butter in here. We have some mailers in here that didn't fit in the other cabinet. And then more hair butter, more hair butters, some oils, and then down here. So, and then up here I just have some more mailers that just didn't fit. I ended up over ordering on some, so. Okay, so I have finished getting all my ingredients out. So we have the bowls that I use for all the products. The big things of oil that I was referring to earlier, that's olive oil, and then the other one's sweet almond oil. We have our essential oils and preservatives out. We have our carrier oils. We have our emulsifiers right here. And then in this container right here is the Herbal Infused oil. I basically like set that up like a couple days before I make the Herbal Infused oil just so it can get really infused. As you saw, I was also filling up these pots of water because you know when you make hair butter you have to melt the butter, so I want the water to already warm up, that way it won't take too long. So I personally like to measure out all my ingredients first before I do anything. So I'm about to do that and I'll show you. But today I am making 2 batches of hair butter, one of the Silky Shea and one of the Herbal Infused. Those are my 2 most popular, so I do have to make those often, maybe like a couple times a week. I'm also making some more of my luxurious oil blend and some more of the Herbal Infused oils in the 2-ounce containers. All right, let's talk about formulation because I do get a lot of questions about this. So in order to create my formulas, I did a lot of research and a lot of experimentation. I love to watch a lot of YouTube videos and tutorials of how to make products similar to what I was looking for, as well as researching different ingredients and measurements and dilutions, especially when it comes to essential oils. And of course, I did spend weeks trying different types of recipes and keeping things that worked and taking out things that didn't. And as soon as I got a formulation that I liked, I always wrote it down because you really want this in writing so you don't forget. Now, I do not, and I repeat, I do not recommend you DM any small business and basically ask them for their recipes to start your own business. Like, don't get me wrong, go out there, put yourself out there, ask for advice, ask for tips, get help where you can. But to basically ask someone to just give you all the hard work that they put into their business so you can make money off of basically doing the same thing isn't really okay. So instead, again, do your own research, spend time watching videos, experimenting on your own, and of course it's okay to DM and ask someone if they have any tips for how to handle formulation and things like that, but don't just straight up ask people just to give you their recipes and things like that. One lesson that I had to learn about running a small business is that no one owes you anything, so I had to run my business accordingly. Meaning that everything I do myself. And then if someone happens to give me a tip or advice, it's helpful, but I don't depend on someone sharing something with me in order to be able to do something. It's nice when you see influencers share their tips and their secrets. I even have recipe videos on my YouTube, but no one has to make those videos. So just keep that in mind and just know if you're willing to put in the hard work, you'll get there, but don't expect others to help. Alright, next let's talk about inventory. So I get my ingredients from a couple different places, and not just ingredients, but also you have to think about your containers, labels, which I'm going to talk about later, packaging. It's a lot of stuff. So any sort of butter that I get, so shea butter, cocoa butter, mango butter, I like to get from a company called Bulk Apothecary. Now, I used to get most of my ingredients from Bulk Apothecary, but it started to become annoying because they were always sold out of products, and there always was an issue with my order when I ordered a bunch of things. So now I just stick to getting my butters from there because the shipping cost is cheaper. All of my oils and fragrance oils and things like that, I like to get from New Directions Aromatics. They're a really good company. They're always in stock. They have a bunch of different options for each ingredient, which is good. And you always get a discount if you order over a certain amount, which I think is nice. As you can see, I get my distilled water from Walmart. It's just easier and it's cheaper, and I can just go and get it super quick. And all of my herbs like shibi powder, brownie powder, hibiscus flowers, I actually get all those from Amazon, as well as my preservative I get from Amazon. So if you're looking to buy something that doesn't have to be a huge quantity, Amazon is a great place to go, especially if you have Amazon Prime. And as far as these big old containers of oil, so I used to buy these solely because when I was making the original hair butter, which was my only product at the time, all the ingredients were just butter and oil, so I had to use a lot of oil, and that made it simpler. But now that I have so many different products that don't require as much oil, these things really are annoying. So I've actually gone back to just getting the smaller containers, which is more easier to move around and to store. So it's really up to you, but I just prefer to buy 3 or 4 of the small bottles like this versus those big old things. Now, when it comes to how much inventory to buy, that really just depends on where you are in your business. I would say if you're just starting off, to get maybe 25 to 50 of each products, but where I am now, I usually order about 200 of each product at a time. That again goes back to why it's important to write down your recipes so you know how to scale them. For example, I know that 2.5 pounds of shea butter will make about 20 hair butters, and so whenever I order inventory, I usually end up ordering anywhere from 15 to 25 pounds, just depending on how much I need to restock. As far as packaging and containers, I will leave the websites that I use in the description, but packaging, you just kind of want to decide whether you want to use mailers or boxers or a combination of both, and measuring your containers will help you to determine what size. And for containers, you just want to do your research. For example, I researched what types of containers hair oils come in and what size they come in, and based off that, I kind of decided what I wanted to do for my business. Alright, all the ingredients are prepped and the products are like working themselves out, so let me go ahead and show you. So as you can see, the oils are melting. This one's a silky shea, it's about done, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what that looks like. Also, I already have my oils ready to go, so we're gonna go ahead and do those too. So right now I am just going to emulsify my hair butters. So pouring the oil component into the water component and emulsifying it. It's going to turn into this white liquid that after you let it sit for a couple hours, it becomes this thick, creamy consistency that I love. When running a small business, consistency is extremely important. You don't want to be doing different things every single day, especially when it comes to making products. You want to make sure you have your formulas on lockdown so you're making the same amount of products each time with the same amount of quality. And don't be afraid to perfect your products or your formulations. It's totally okay to have a product that you thought would work and people purchase it and it wasn't really a hit. And so you take it off your website for a bit, work on it, and then come back when it's perfected. There are so many things that go into making products, especially hair products, from the containers you use, to the labels, to the smell of your products, the consistency. So you want to make sure that it's something that you are proud of, that you are okay with people buying and purchasing. Quickly say that I think this is so cool, this new formula that I have for my hair butter, how after just letting it sit for a couple of hours it becomes this super thick consistency. And I like this formulation better because this does not melt in the summer, so it's perfectly fine now that I have discontinued my original hair butter, which does melt in the summer, until the winter time, and instead I can use this in its place, which works exactly the same and honestly somewhat better. So it's been about 2 days since I made those products. After I made those products, I kind of was like tired, and then the next day I had to film. Usually the way my schedule works is I do like small business stuff one day, social media stuff next, so I was kind of like back and forth. So now I'm going to show you guys how I make my labels for my products, as well as get my shipping labels together. So some of the stuff is going to be on my website, so I'm going to do a screen record and voice over for you guys, but really quick I'm going to talk to you guys about what labels I get and all that good stuff. So these are the labels that I use. These are from onlinelabels.com, and they're basically just blank labels. When it comes to buying like inventory and things like that, when I make new products, I like to start off with getting 200 of everything for each product, because you don't want to buy too much and you also don't want to buy too little to where you still out, you miss out on your money. So the company that I get the labels from, the onlinelabels.com, they automatically give you access to a program when you purchase from them that allows you to fit your label that you've created on the label template, so when you print them out, they're all nice and aligned. I like to make my labels on Canva. It's super simple. Basically, you just measure out your containers, measure how big your labels are, create that custom size on Canva, and then just make it however you want. Now, I use an inkjet printer to print all my labels. I used to just go ahead and like order my labels already made. That way I just peel them off and put them on the containers. But this time I did decide to print them out. I am going to go back to getting them already made once I run out of the blank labels. Just because the ink that it costs to print out all of these labels kind of makes it more expensive than just buying the labels already made. I've ran through like 4 of these and I'm just now starting to be almost done with the labels. And I find it just easier and a lot faster just to already have your labels made, because there have also been a lot of instances where I've wasted the label sheet because the labels are misaligned and things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. But if you do want to print out your labels, I would recommend getting a laser jet printer, because also one thing I found is that with the inkjet printer, I don't know if it's the particular labels that I got, but the ink does tend to smudge if it has like oil or something on it. And since that is what I sell, sometimes customers get the labels and it's like all the directions and everything are smeared off. So I'm just gonna go back to making my own. Just to reiterate, if you are going to print your own labels, I would recommend investing in a LaserJet printer. Otherwise, the amount of ink it's going to cost you to print all your labels is going to make it not worth it at all. So either get a LaserJet printer or just buy them already printed yourself. Okay, so we're going to go to the Shopify website, which is where I do my store, and log in. And as you can see, Shopify is like so many like good tools you can use to run your business. So if I go to my products, I can see how much is in inventory. In fact, I actually forgot to update my inventory, so I'm about to do that right now. I'm just going to click on inventory and then update my Herbal Heaven bundle. I didn't realize I sold out. I bought some more inventory and just forgot to update everything on the website, so I'm gonna do that now. And also, one of my favorite tools is the analytics. This really shows you every single thing from your business: sales, where people are buying your products from, how many of your products are selling, like your top products, how many people go to your website and put things in their cart but haven't checked out. And you can customize it to show you like however long of a time period you want. Alright, so now I'm going to my orders and I'm going to click unfulfilled because that's all the orders that I have not done yet. And I also like to organize my orders from oldest to earliest if I have a lot, just to make sure I'm getting the people who ordered first done. Then I'm going to click create shipping labels after I've selected all my orders, and it's going to take me to this page where I can review them to make sure everything's okay. Then I'm going to click buy, and yeah, that's pretty expensive, but I mean that's something that you have to factor in a business, is how expensive shipping is. Then we're going to click print shipping labels. When it comes to shipping labels, I 10 out of 10 recommend you getting a label printer. This is a LaserJet label printer, so this requires no ink. And all I do is I plug it up to my computer, download the program from the hard drive that they give you when you buy it, and I can print all my shipping labels out like this. It's super easy. I bought this like when I first started my business, and I honestly get this. And these are the shipping labels that I get, just a simple 4x6. I get them from Amazon, and I think I get about 1,000 at a time. It cost me around like $40, so they're really inexpensive. Alright, so we're gonna print those out, and then I'm gonna show you guys how I actually package orders and put my labels on my containers. Alright, so I have just finished putting labels on everything. It really only took like 30 minutes. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and package the orders. You're gonna see me lay all the shipping labels out on my counter first, and then I'm going to use my phone. I'm gonna get the Shopify app on my phone, and I'm going to go through and like whoever ordered what, I'm going to place on their label. That's like how I like to do it. And I always double check, because it doesn't matter how many orders you do, if someone gets the wrong thing, you lose money. So always double check your orders. Okay, so the last thing that I have to do is package the orders. So I use poly mailers. And I have 3 different sizes. So I have a very small one that I use if someone just ordered like 1 hair butter. That goes in here. Just kidding, I have 4 sizes. I also have a smaller one that I use if someone ordered like 1 oil. So they ordered like our 6-ounce oil or our 2-ounce oil. Just some regular oil goes in here. If someone orders a hair butter and another oil, it goes in this size mailer. And then if someone orders any order that has more than 1 hair butter, I always put it in here. So if it's just 2 hair butters, it still goes in here because it's just 2 hair butters can fit in this size, but it's really cramped. So I just prefer to go with this. And I also have these little bubble baggies that I like to put our 2-ounce oils in because they are glass. So I'm gonna show you. So this is the oil. Slip it in the bag. You pull off the little sticky thing, and then you fold it down, and it's just extra protection. So to package the order, so this person ordered the oil, and they ordered our Herbal Infused hair butter, so they ordered our Herbal Heaven blend, which is both of these together. Then we just put it in the poly mailer. We're gonna take off the tape, and we're just going to stick it down. Then I'm going to take their shipping label, peel off the sticky part, and slap it on. So I'm just gonna cover my hands here. I don't see the address. And that's all it is to it. And I've been doing this for like so long now that I'm really fast, but I'm just gonna show you guys me doing a couple. And yes, I do like to watch YouTube videos while I do this, since it's mainly just like repetition and it gets boring. Does anyone else like Amberlynn Reid? Like, I watched one video like 1.5 years ago and I just got sucked in. I watched all the reaction channels, I watched all her videos. I just got sucked into the Amberverse, and now like I can't get out. If anybody else watches her and her stuff, like, let me know. I put all the packages in this big buggy on this little rolly cart thing that I got from Amazon. It makes it so much easier to move things around. And this is all the trash from taking the shipping labels and packaging stuff off. Alright guys, well that is it. Sorry, my camera died, so I'm filming this on my phone. I'm definitely going to be making a part 2 because there are a lot of things that I didn't mention in this video because I didn't want it to be too long, like budgeting, social media, advertisements, things like that. So I will make another video. Make sure that you do keep in mind, growing a small business, it takes time, consistency, and patience. But if you are determined and you work hard, you will get there. But if you enjoyed it and want me to make more content like this, definitely give me a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button, put your notifications on. Make sure you're following me on all my social media platforms for daily content, and check out my hair products if you're trying to promote hair growth. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Tell me what you see in me. Gotta be